Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of Let's Talk F1 TS Hub. So basically this is kind of like an end of night happened, and we talk exactly about the major talking points, the drama and basically what unfolded, as well as any off track. So if you just bear with us, let's get some drivers in. So Odin, talk us through it. How did it go? How was your night?
It was a bit of a mixed bag. I started off just unable to set a proper lap, but then I finally got one in, a very good lap on the softs, and then I went back to normal business and I just couldn't get a proper lap in on the super softs. But yeah.
So we're just getting some drivers in. Obviously, Odin's, what do you think you've done enough to get the tier that you want to be in for tonight?
Oh yeah, easily. I think even if I set that lap on the super softs, I would have been able to get in, but it was on the softs, so I think that helps a bit.
Good stuff. So we've got a few drivers in to join us already. Let's just So we've got everyone in except Tem. So Rex, we'll start with you. How was your quali night? You almost missed it there.
It was honestly not one of the best. I think, because obviously I came in late last season, and then I kind of went into the top tier, which I don't think I was ready for. This is my first ever little bit of league racing. Then tonight coming in and just hit me, it was horrible. And then I tried to get into the last bit of the last set of super softs, but then everyone came out and I just couldn't get through. And so by the time I got out, there was no chance of setting another flying lap, so it was game over from there basically.
So what do you think about? Do you think you're going to end up in the tier that best represents your pace, or?
Certainly, for me this is all an experience. I haven't been doing this long. I've always been, I'm kind of like a rookie when it comes to league racing. I'm not really great when it comes to making setups or creating setups. I don't really understand that whole thing yet. So wherever I go, it's kind of just gaining experience and trying to improve from there, really.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of a man with experience, Tem's just joined us. First of all, welcome back, Tem.
Hello, thank you.
We were talking during commentary during the 9 o'clock session that you were in, and we were saying no driver has ever won every single race in the season except for you. I imagine doing that in this season with the competition is probably slightly different to when you did it back in season 5.
I think it's even easier. Nah, in all honesty, there's I've been out, like I say, as you said, for a while. Season 5 was when I won it. There's been a lot of new people. I do remember people that were in it back when I was. There's not many of them. But yeah, for example, even what was the best time? 28.7 in a practice session.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. So yeah, I'm gonna have my work cut out to even get the 3 wins, I'd imagine.
And what was your first impression of qualifying night?
It was kind of enjoyable. It builds up the whole way through with the track, obviously saving your tyres, better tyres to the end. It's a different way of doing it rather than basing it off time trial, which I know other people do. So it was interesting.
Speaking of a man who loves time trial, Odems, do you reckon all those time trial laps helped you out tonight?
Believe it or not, I didn't do many time trial laps. I just did a lot of practice sessions, oddly enough. So yeah, I think that helped.
It looks you both, Temp and Odems, you both look set to probably be in the prestige tier. Odems, when you were doing that track, that history spreadsheet for us in the off season, you probably found Temp's name come up a lot in season 5 and season 6.
Yeah.
You looking forward to meeting him out on track?
Yeah, for sure. I remember the first time I raced against John, I was thinking to myself, this is alumni I'm racing against. This is pretty cool. For sure, I've raced against Temp a few times in other scenarios, but doing it in TS Sub is going to be a lot of fun for sure. Can't wait to get stuck into it.
Good stuff. And all right, let's jump to Kev. You think you're right on the cusp of Prestige and Pinnacle at the moment?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be a nerve-wracking week this week until the tier announcement.
Yeah, next Friday, of course, we'll announce the tiers. So just a little bit of a wait in between now and then. Do you think you could have done better, Kev?
No, I think this was the best I could do today. Absolutely. I was really happy with that lap. Building up the whole session, I think everything came together in that last stint on the supers. The best I could do.
Good stuff. And Kian, of course, you're part of the F1 TS Hub Esports team. Did you reach your potential? You've been practicing a lot, I know.
Not fully. I was a few tenths down on what I could do because I spun on the first super soft run. So I on the second one, I took it quite conservatively just to get a decent lap time in there. So yeah, I did okay. I did what I needed to do. So.
Do you think you're in the Prestige tier safe and sound?
Yeah, it should be. It's about 4 or 5 tenths to 4 or 5 tenths inside of it, 29.3 I think. So I should be in the Prestige tier.
I'm looking forward to going down the list and seeing how close, when I put all 60 of you guys in the list, seeing how close the times are. But just another point on you, Kian. How was it? Obviously, you said you spun on your first super soft stint. Did you feel the track change from the start to the end of the session? Everyone was saying it was getting quicker as it's an online practice session.
Yeah, I found that out earlier in the week, so that I did my first time on slower compounds to warm myself up, and then I moved on to the super softs to end the session. So. Yeah.
Good stuff. And of course, next week, as you mentioned, the tiers are announced, and then the week after that is well, in between that and the week after is team contracts. So Temp, we'll start with you. Any team, your stats will pretty much allow you to apply for any team. Is there a particular team you've got your eye on, you want to race with this season?
Oh, do I crush people's hopes? I don't know.
Keep that one a secret. Rex, how about you?
I don't really like. Again, my target is just to keep improving. So I think wherever I end up, that's kind of where I'm meant to be. Last year I drove in the Sauber, so that was a good experience for me. I think I'll be around that area again. I don't think I'll be near the top of whatever tier I'm in. So I think it'll be one of the lower cars for me. But that doesn't really bother me. It's all about getting that experience, getting better over the years, getting better over the seasons, and that's what I've got to do. That's what I can do.
And I think from going from 2 tiers to 3, what we generally expected was it's going to get from 1st to 20th, the gap's going to be smaller in terms of time. So there'll definitely be more people to race against, whether you're racing from 10th to 20th or 20th or 10th to 1st. And hopefully you won't see a kind of a 2-tier race. You'll see everyone will be able to get points every single race. Which will be pretty good. Kev, any particular team you've got your eye on?
Obviously, I raced with Williams last season together with Kian. It was my first season for F1 TS Hub or league racing in general, and I think that I would be more than happy to stay with the Williams team.
And it's possible that depends obviously what tier you and Kian end up in, but it might be a marriage split up.
Yeah, it could be. That's quite sad, to be honest. I had a lot of fun with Kian. Obviously, I had a really rough start of the season last in season 10, and Kian really pulled me through that rough patch that I had. If it wasn't for him, then I would probably have given up on league racing in general. But I'm glad he was there. I'm glad I didn't.
Romantic.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it is romantic. I'm not sure which tier I'm gonna be next season. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Do you think for me, Kian's one of the drivers who's improved the most? When I was watching from obviously the start of last season to qualifying night to night, he's right up there with the big boys. Do you think if he's in the prestige tier, which he looks likely to be, he'll go on to have a good result?
He will. Fighting for a championship might be a little bit difficult in season 11, maybe in season 12. But a few podiums here and there, yeah, should be possible.
Kian, teams? Who are you thinking?
Well, I'd probably say my preference would be to stay with Williams, but I'm not 100% sure on that yet. I probably will, just to stay in the stable with Kev. So we'll see what happens.
Good stuff. And Odems, how about yourself? Your stats should allow you to pretty much pick any team.
Yeah, I'm kind of a hot proposition. A lot of teams are putting contracts on the table, so we'll keep it hush hush for the time being, and we'll see.
Seeing himself up here already.
They're sending you lots of free pens, are they?
Yeah.
Good stuff. And Odems, you looking forward to as well being in the commentary box again this season?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. A lot of fun. Especially because the podium drivers made it so interesting. It was like just a dynamic for the whole season. So hopefully season 11 will be just as good.
Yeah, let's hope so. And of course that race in Brazil, which I'm sure most of us remember, was pretty epic. Do you reckon we can have some races that top that this season?
I reckon so, yeah. Especially with everyone not knowing each other as well as they do, get a bit hectic.
Good stuff. And I'll come back to Kev quickly. Kev, of the new drivers that I'm sure you watched all the sessions, even the one that you didn't, even the one you raced in tonight. Of all the new drivers, who impressed you the most?
Truth to be told, I haven't really paid close attention to everyone else. I was just purely focused on my own performance there tonight, and I haven't had the opportunity to watch back the streams yet. So, to be honest, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, we were telling you the entirety of the laps in the Pinnacle because you were bricking it because you didn't want to get into the stage.
Yeah.
So
I was too focused on lap times.
So names didn't matter. Good stuff. And Temp, you say you recognise obviously a few drivers who raced previously, but you must know some like the biggest names like BSAS, Skeven, drivers like that.
Yeah, I raced with Steven a few leagues, not for a whole season. He's got a bit of a track record for not 100% completing races, but yeah. Obviously I know Odems, as he said earlier as well. Kian I've raced with. BSAS I haven't raced with, but I've seen a lot of him and a few of the others. But I'm going to quickly note as well, it was good for you to choose Austria as the first round. Nice short track, it's going to make it really, really tight.
Yeah, I was just going
to... It was 7 tenths here at Bahrain. These are like basically 2 tenths full grid at Austria.
Yeah. So one little lock-up, and you'll basically go from 2nd to 11th or so.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty close. Alright, the start of the season. First race is 4th of May, first media day is 3rd of May. Lots of practice to do between now and then. We'll start with you, Rex.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, because I'm probably one of the most, if not the most, inexperienced, and I think that kind of showed, especially when I did the sprint-off race, and that whole thing. And I was the only person in the history to score absolutely no points, which was all fun to me because it was just an experience. But I think it kind of shows my inability and where I need to focus on. And because I have like a disability, my reactions aren't as great, so I have to keep practicing the track over and over and over again. I remember the braking zones, get that down, and make sure I can push to my full potential, which I don't think I did at Bahrain today. So I think that's kind of what cost me a little bit.
Well, if for whatever tier you end up in, we spoke about this in one of the sessions during commentary, how important confidence is. So if you're in a tier which is more suitable to your pace than obviously last season, and you start scoring some good results, the confidence that's going to give you is surely going to help you improve even further.
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, because I've never actually scored like a point in a league race, so I think the first time I score a point would be ecstatic. But it's all about for me consistency, because I think that was one of the things that I didn't really get correct last season. There was there was a lot of retirements. I mean, I remember, I believe it was in Austin, that I had a great race with Cardi Williams for P10. He just took me to the post there. But overall, I think points will be easier to come by, but it's all about making that step, and wherever I end up I'll be happy. It's just committing and getting more confident, because I'm not saying I'm new to it, but I've been racing properly on an F1 game only this game really. It's, the past year I've been I guess a casual F1, but this time I tried to really go into it. So yeah, I feel like points will be easier to come by, and I feel like that will just help me get even better.
Yeah, I think also, Rex, you'll be able to look back, because this is the second season on the game, you'll be able to look back through the podium and pinnacle tiers, and you'll know what strategies drivers did around you, and kind of when they pitted, you'll be able to see that on the stream, so perhaps that might help you in terms of strategy and kind of what to do in terms of tyre choice and things like that.
Oh yeah, certainly. When I was in the races as well, it was quite interesting to see when people were, doing different strategies to me. I was thinking, is that going to work? Because I'm not really the best of confidence, especially in that tier last season, because I came in late on. Nobody knew who I was. I had something to prove. Whereas now it's a clean slate. It's fresh start. We'll start on zero. And I feel like looking at the streams, whether that means I'm in the earlier stream, and that means I can look at the next two streams, try and get something from there, pick up something from there, because I feel like my race pace is decent. I feel like it's the the one lap pace where I struggle a little bit. So I think picking up those strategies will be the biggest hurdle to jump over.
Well, it'll be great to watch throughout season 11. Kevin Kean, does the practice start as soon as this ends?
Probably. I'll go first. Probably. I don't know. I'm going up to Liverpool tomorrow, so I won't be practicing tomorrow. Sunday's kind of busy, so probably maybe mid next week will be when I start. So for Austria. So.
Yeah, same thing for me. I think I'll mix the F1 Esports event qualification that has gone live today. I'll just give it a shot myself for fun, and just mix it up a little bit with practice for Austria over the course of next week. And then the week before the race, I'll just purely focus on Austria.
Good stuff. Temp, just quickly come to you. Obviously you're a former champion here at F1 TS Hub. What can you hope for in terms of goals this season?
I'm going to find my feet first of all these drivers kind of coming in as kind of a new boy again. Probably going to get bullied out a touch, but a few podiums, try and get the odd win or two here and there, and then see where I am probably midway through the season, and then reevaluate and go from there really.
And Odems, I'll ask you your...
not here to use his tire wear.
Don't get me started on that.
MLA's pretty good on tyre wear though, to be fair. He kind of... how many podiums in a row did he get last season? 12, I think?
12, I think.
Yeah, 12, so he's consistent. But Odems, I'll ask you your goals, but I'm sure they're going to be just to keep your PS4 for the whole 12 races, no?
Yeah, I'll probably be moving back into my dad's soon, so hopefully I'll get my wheel back. Hopefully I'll get to actually participate, and hopefully I'll get back in the group as quickly as possible.
Alright, audience, what's going to happen last race of the season, you're leading the championship, and your dad takes your PS4 away?
Yeah, I think I'll just give you some of my account details to let them do it for me.
That's it.
I'll crash you out.
Good stuff. Alright, so just finally, each of you, just gonna run down the order. Rex, start with you. Predict your result for what would you walk away out of Austria happy with?
Low points, like 7 to 10, I think I'd be really happy with. I mean, like 11 to 12, I'd be also happy with. Anything under that, I'd be, really disappointed with. Anything above that would be absolutely amazing. And I question, what on earth has happened to get me to that point. But yeah, but lower half points is what I'm aiming for in Austria.
Good stuff. Alright, Kev, what do you reckon?
Depending on the tier, if I'm in Prestige, I'll be bloody happy with points at all. Should I be in Pinnacle, then I'll only be happy with a podium.
And Kev, do you think we saw a lot? You saw had a lot of incidents like first lap last season. Do you think that's something that you've got on top of before season 11?
I think over the
Is that your mic?
Season 10. Yeah.
Carry on, Kev.
The last couple of races, season 10 went really well. So I'm just focusing on that momentum and moving it forward into 11. I was a rookie starting season 10. I was a bit too ambitious, too aggressive. Definitely learned from that. So I'm certainly aiming not to do that again starting season 11.
Kian, what about yourself?
I'd be happy with, I don't know, low to mid points, I'd say, for the first race. It'd be tough. I don't know where I stand fully compared to most of these guys, so let's see what happens. I'll be happy with points.
Odems, I guess you want a domination?
That's exactly what I would want, yes, but Austria I'm not too confident about there, so I'll honestly be happy with top 6 finish.
Cool, and Tem, you mentioned Austria's going to be pretty close. What, 9 corners is it? 9-10 corners?
9 corners.
9 corners of which 2 don't count, really.
That's it, so
yeah.
what would you be happy with?
Podium.
Podium.
Odems. If Odems is leading, no, I'm beating him.
Oh, good stuff. I can't wait for...
I'd like to point out the last time we raced, I finished like 20 seconds ahead of you, but yeah.
That's of course another goal I have for next season, if I'm in the same tier, beating Bookster.
Oh yes, it's true.
Yes.
Haven't
That
done
challenge
done
is
it
on.
before.
The next goal I have is to actually finish more than one race in the back half of the season.
Yeah, definitely.
Collarbone this time.
Yeah, I'll try my best. You know, I can't help. Wild collarbone breaks down here in the bottom of the UK are very high. So, yeah. Especially with me.
A lot of broken collarbone here and there.
Yeah, you got to live life, you know.
Alright, quickly guys, who's gonna win in China in real life on Sunday?
Bottas!
Ooh, that's good.
What, last lap overtake, yeah?
Julian
I'm not
Palmer.
trying this time.
Julian Palmer.
Stoffel Van Dorn. I'm gonna go there, Stoffel. I hope my boy Stoffel wins it.
No, I'm gonna go with Nick's favourite, Lewis.
I'm
That's
gonna go
it.
with Lewis as well. Yeah. Yep.
He's pretty rapid
He's got
around
Grant
China.
Smith up.
Good stuff.
Yeah, let's all go with Lewis.
Alright, well thank you all of you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed qualifying night and the first Let's Talk F1 TS Hub. We'll be back next week when we announce the tiers. They'll be announced across all social media. They'll be announced, we'll go live on YouTube to announce them, and we'll perhaps in the Let's Talk F1 TS Hub episode next week we'll get some drivers in who are either going to be happy with where they are or maybe a little bit annoyed. Let's find out some reaction next week. Cheers guys for popping in. And if I don't speak to you before, best of luck in Austria.
Thank you very
Cheers,
much.
Nick. Thanks for a great night.
No worries, guys. All the best, and I will see you soon.